Parkinson's is a progressive disorder of the nervous system that affects basically movement. Well, the average age at onset is 60. Some people are diagnosed at 40 or younger. Think Michael J. Fox. Recent research indicates that at least 1 million people in the United States and more than 5 million worldwide have Parkinson's. Number of events to raise awareness here in Jacksonville. We'll be talking about that and breakthroughs in medication. Dr. Ogu is here, Assistant Professor of Neurology, and Jennifer Otero, co-founder and race coordinator for the First Coast Parkinson's Run. Good to have you both here.
Hi. Thank you.
Jennifer, if I might start with the doctor, talk about some of the medical breakthroughs. I understand that they found this master switch, and if they can turn the switch off, essentially what it does, it allows the brain to cause proteins to become back in a healthy range. That's a big move.
It is. I mean, there is certainly a lot of new clinical trials looking at ways to, number one, reduce progression in Parkinson's disease. And I think looking at those switches that can tone down the progression of Parkinson's is a way to go.
And there are two other things that have happened recently, too. They think that there's a leukemia drug that may help Parkinson's patients. And also there's a blood test that I think was Australian researchers discovered that may help predict Parkinson's.
That's very true. So the immunotherapy looks at ways to, reduce the immunological cascade in Parkinson's disease. And the leukemia drug was really found as an accident where patients with Parkinson's had cancer and certainly helped their Parkinson's symptoms. So this leukemia drug certainly shows great promise in treatment of Parkinson's disease. And the blood test in Parkinson's is certainly showing some grounds in detecting Parkinson's way before the diagnosis, which is key because by the time a patient becomes diagnosed, their symptoms are really in stage 3, while they might have been progressing for 10, 20 years even before the diagnosis of Parkinson's disease.
So that's certainly exciting.
Yes.
But Jennifer, the reality is we need to raise awareness. Certainly when Michael J. Fox went public, with his fight against Parkinson's, it made more people aware. What do you think the biggest misnomer about the disease is, or the biggest thing that people don't understand?
I think the biggest thing is that there's a lot of people out there affected by Parkinson's. When my mother was diagnosed, I just thought I was alone. My father thought he was alone. But I am literally standing in the grocery store at a restaurant, and people are coming up to me and saying, "Oh, I read your article," or, "Oh, I saw you at the First Coast Parkinson's Run, and I've been affected." And it happens almost on a daily basis. So I really am trying to advocate awareness and getting out there and going to all these events. And Jacksonville, for a long time, didn't have any Parkinson's events, and now we've got 3 in the next 2 months. And they're not just walks, they're not just runs. They could be going to Lynch's Irish Pub and having a beer and kicking off somebody who's riding 4,000 miles. I mean, there's a lot of different events, and that's what I really want to highlight today.
And you talked about the fact that people don't realize how far-reaching the impact of Parkinson's is. What were the numbers? It was 1 million in the U.S., 5 million worldwide.
Yes.
When people come to you and you give them a diagnosis of Parkinson's, what's their immediate reaction?
Fear. That's the biggest thing. What am I going to do next? And as a physician, my goal is to try and tell them there is groundbreaking drugs and treatments for Parkinson's, and this journey that you're going to be going through, you're not going to be alone, because there's certainly a lot of people out there with Parkinson's.
And Jennifer, this is one of the things you want to do with these events, is you want to let people know that there's a support system out there.
Yes.
That's correct. And probably the biggest group of people that I've realized that are somewhat being missed are the young onset Parkinson's disease patients. For YOPDs, we call them. And they're literally 30, 40 years old, and everyone's used to it being an older disease. It's not an older disease. In fact, there's a whole group of them right here in Jacksonville that by chance I've been able to connect. And that's the kind of things that I want to get out to the world.
Okay, so you can help spread the awareness, raise awareness. There are a number of upcoming events, including a Ride for Parkinson's beach party, February 26th at Lynch's Irish Pub with our friends the Colhanes. In April, a symposium at UF Health to shed some light on the breakthroughs that we talked about. And April 22nd, the First Coast Parkinson's Run. You'll find all this information if you'd like to participate on news4jax.com. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you very much for having me.